Hi, it's Linda from Cause and Effect Dog Training again. This is video 12. In my opinion, it's one of the very most important things you can ever teach your dog. It can literally be life-saving, and that's the recall or the come command. The come command is as much about teaching your dog to come to you as it is about having that great relationship with your dog. If you haven't got a great relationship with your dog, then he's not going to want to come to you. We need to be fun. We need to heavily reinforce them when they do come to us. So if our dog is very food motivated, we'll use a lot of food. But whatever it is that makes the dog want to come to us, that's what we're using to reinforce our dogs coming to us. The recall is done incrementally, and it's done in a way that your dog never fails at it. To get a really reliable recall, you have to do many, many repetitions of the dog coming every single time you call it. If you call your dog and he doesn't come and he decides not to, then he's just learnt that come actually doesn't mean he has to. So then you go, your training is right back at the start. How do we do this? To start with, we just have them on an ordinary lead, an ordinary length lead. We can let them sniff, we can have them walking beside us, and we can tell them to come, and you encourage them to come to you. So you can do that by moving backwards, drawing them towards you because they like chasing moving things. So when you walk backwards, they'll come towards you, and then you heavily reinforce them when they get there. When they've got that going really well, then we can start extending the length of the lead. You don't need to buy a special training lead for this. You can buy long lines, but you can also just buy a thin rope at one of the hardware shops, put a catch on it, and you can use that. And then you can vary the length of your lead for the recall. Then it's about making sure that your dog does that every single time you ask and having that reward for him every single time. A lot of people make the mistake of thinking their dog knows what come means, and he might be doing it great in the backyard, and then they go to, say, the park, and then they tell him to come and he doesn't. And the reason for that is because the distractions and the environment that he's in is way more interesting than what you are. So that's why the recall has to be something that is a lot of fun for the dog. You have to be the thing that he wants the most. A lot of people will teach their dog to stay and then call him out of it to teach a recall. In real life, your dog will be out sniffing something, or he'll be going over to another dog or trying to cross the road, and you need him to come from wherever he is. So don't slip into that mistake of teaching your dog to stay and then calling him out of a stay. When I teach those things, they're very, very separate exercises. I want my dog to be really stable in a stay before I would even combine the come command with that, because otherwise your dog becomes really confused, and if you've got him in a stay, he's constantly thinking, when you're going to call me, you're going to call me, you're going to call me, and he'll break it. So it's really important to do them separately for a long time, make both behaviours very, very stable before you would even think of combining them.